You explained it around for me. So we pretty much
Right.
now on the final pick phase. What is XD looking to pick up with this lineup? I mean, they've got the Vengeful Spirit as well as a Spirit Breaker. They'll probably be sort of Spirit Breaker. What he plays like that support roamer kind of initiator ganker role. Vengeful Spirit will probably not being played as a core in this position, or maybe. I mean, I've seen some low-level games that I've played against where Vengeful gets picked up as a core, but I don't think that's what's kind of planned in this game, is it?
I mean, Vengeful Spirit is a pretty legitimate core, like throughout like competitive Dota as a whole. But in this case, it's most likely a support, and there looks to be our off-lane hero. I think that's our off-lane hero, Brewmaster.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be
he can go up there and just kind of throw that drunken haze on the enemies and just kind of try and get as much XP as possible. He's quite tanky as well. When he hits his level 6, he gets that ability to split up and escape ability, as well as ability to initiate on people. He can throw a rock. He can throw people up in the air. He's quite exciting. Everybody's excited for Gmax, right?
No, but Brewmaster really is a cool hero. He splits into 3 different pandas: one water panda, one fire panda, one earth panda. Talking about spirits and pandas, he had one spirit picked out last year for the Divine Esports.
The stream's finally up, guys.
Yeah, we did it.
Finally.
Power of 3 people.
Okay, so the internet
Damn
is
you, internet.
finally back up, and the stream is alive.
It looks like this is a mid Brewmaster, Mr. Gmax.
Is it a mid blue? Okay. Well, that's
Okay,
exciting.
so recently, Mr. TKC Dota has left Team XD, and I think there'll be a role swap. So Cloudy's going to be moving to the middle lane, Rock Lee to the off lane, and they're looking for now a new support. So of course, Abyss is standing in for them today, but I'm interested to see how mid Brewmaster does this game. I think if he's matching up against PA, which he thought he would be, it would be a really good matchup. But the last pick, Storm Spirit, might have thrown them off a bit. But I think it's still a very difficult matchup for Storm. So a bit of a risky pick from Divine Esports in that regard.
I'm excited. I mean, I haven't seen Abyss playing Dota on this level for a little while, and keen to see what he's going to bring to the table. Divine, I don't think I've managed to cast one of their games before, so it will be new for me to see what they bring to the table.
Yeah, we cast them while you were away that one weekend, so you haven't.
Gmax, it shows you can never miss a game.
Well, we are live with game 1 finally after some technical problems. It is Divine Esports versus XD. This is game 1. Gmax and our esteemed and wonderful guest, Camille, please have a good time.
We are so humbled to have Camille. Camille, please
we are really humbled.
Please run me through the lineup from the top of the scoreboard. I'll go through the heroes. Let's start with the Radiant side. Let's go.
And since we didn't get a chance to do the hats in the draft, just remember to give Shiny ZA her time to shine in the hat roundup.
My hats.
Sure.
Yes, please. I've got all my hats ready.
I'm gonna do some stats, so get ready for them. And if you miss any of them, I'm gonna be very upset. So watch.
Don't miss Beetle stats. Basically, the rule of today.
Okay.
Okay, Camille, do you want to run us through the lineup? We'll start from the left side.
I'll go for Radiant.
Okay.
Left side of the Radiant, we got Mr. Cloud playing the Brewmaster in the, I think it's gonna be the middle lane. Rock Lee taking on the Timbersaw. Mr. Hunter Dota playing the Slark. Fury taking on the Barathrum, the good old Spirit Breaker. He's going to be playing this game in, game out. Every Mega8 game you cast, you'll see a Fury Spirit Breaker. And last but not least, Mr. Stand-in Abyss as the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah. Okay, and
looks like the Dire.
Yeah, on the Dire side. Well, I mean, you can just run us through. I'll do the camera work if you want. We are kicking things off.
You go for it. I believe in you,
I don't want you.
You guys are like, no, you. No, you.
Yeah, I don't want
no,
you.
No, you hang up. Okay. I'll do it. I got you. Starting at the top lane, we got Mr. Terabyte playing the Phantom Assassin. Desire as his support. Mr. Brutal plays here in the middle lane on the Storm Spirit. Mr. Who am I missing out? And
we've got the Slaughter and the Mirana.
For Ferdy. Okay. And the Slaughter. And where did the Mirana go? This is a support Mirana.
It is a support Mirana, right? Okay, so we'll just start off. We see an early charge down here onto Vengeful Spirit. Hunter gonna jump in on the action, and this could be an early death for poor old Perfect. And just like I said, Cougar Gaming with the help of XD, with the help of Cougar Gaming, claiming first blood there in the bottom lane. this is looking good for them. Let's just see. Let me pull up the last hit deny window as well, so we can see how the stuff is going. Casters today, we got a little stat. This is Camille and Gmax's first date. So everybody, please be nice to us. Basically, is what he was trying to say, right?
Aw, they got
Yeah.
nervy.
I'll remember to add a bit more time to give you more time to read it.
Yeah, it popped up. And I was
Thanks,
trying to get
Bilo.
on
We
it.
appreciate it.
Sure.
So, usually when you see support Mirana picked, I'm not a big fan of support Mirana. I usually like to go in at an auto lose hero, but it's good in certain times where you pick it with heroes that combo with it. Like you pick it with the Bane or something like that, where you can combo up for these super long arrows. But just picking a raw support Mirana, I'm not sure if I'm feeling it for the side of Divine Esports.
Yeah, so right now, when we talk about that, Mirana is just sitting in the bushes, pulling creeps, stacking them up. So not actually sitting in the lane, but is going to just chill around, try and set up a couple of arrows to get some stuns going. I did miss a kill on that Timbersaw, so Divine coming back with a vengeance and finding a kill on Rockley in the top lane. He is that solo Timbersaw up in this off lane. He has the ability to tank up a lot of damage using his reactive armor. So basically every time he takes a hit from a creep or an enemy hero, he gets a charge in this reactive armor, which gives him regen and ability to just sort of stay in the lane because, well, your attacks become less effective. So we see it just sort of stacking up there. That's why you'd play that hero in this off lane position. On the other side of the map, we saw Slardar, who died early on, but also just going to be playing in that solo off lane position. Has the ability to escape with the sprint ability. Right now, just taking a lot of damage from Abyss, who's playing that harassy support role on the Vengeful Spirit. So just trying to zone out the off lane, keep him out of the lane. The main objective of your off lane, if you're doing it like this, up against a dual lane or a solo lane.
We missed the Fury going ham here in the middle lane, getting a kill on the enemy Storm Spirit. But sorry to interrupt, you carry on with that.
No, sorry, my bad camera work. It gets better as the day progresses. I start to learn to stop waffling about random things. But we're trying to teach people. We do see a charge coming out towards middle. I don't know if they're going to try and throw in a little bit of support. And we do miss another kill up on that poor Slardar in the solo lane. So Hunter and Abyss working hard just to pick up a couple of early kills. Over on that side, we do see a stun coming on to Barathrum, who was charging in, is going to try and teleport himself out here. Should get out. Yes, he does. So basically, learned that the battle was almost over, pulled a panic teleportation, and without stun, they couldn't cancel it. And that's allowed him to get back to base safely, not feed away gold and experience. So let's have a look at the last hits chart leading up.
Mr. Gmax,
yeah.
Before we get to that, another form of technical support, you need to change your in-game audio from ticking the party chat box to switch that off and put on the team chat box, and because people can't hear you in game at the moment.
Team chat. There you go.
Yeah, and then untick party chat.
Okay,
You got it, buddy.
Team chat. There we go.
You got
Gosh
this,
darn
G.
lazy here is the courier will bring you your purchase items if you call it. Starts off as a walking courier, and since the patch 7.07, it auto upgrades to a flying courier. So that's basically a little item that really, or a part of the game that changes things for everybody. This little courier flies you out your items. Right now taking some observer wards, bought by Abyss. He's going to be warding, and we see a big stun coming out towards middle, trying to get a kill, but not going to find it. Fury finding the last hit on Brutal Plays, and now Abyss going to just take that back end damage. Will get out on time as Fury tries to charge in, but backs off just in time.
Yeah, and this little engagement here shows like the issue of this Mirana support. This twice now she's TP'd to the mid lane to try to stop these ganks sort of happening on a Storm Spirit, and just with no guaranteed disable, she hit now a creep this time. She missed the arrow the last time, where it could have been guaranteed like sort of revenge kills if she was playing something like a Vengeful Spirit or like an Ogre Magi or something like that, with Mirana sort of taking a chance, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. And right now, the support's just running through the bushes. We see Abyss place down an Observer Ward. That gives him the ability to see up in the top lane. We see an arrow getting chucked out from Mirana. They're going to try and do something towards Rockley. He's jumped right behind the tower. Abyss going to help him out as well. But look at Mirana just taking damage as Rockley, he stacked up those charges of reactive armor. He's sitting with 15 at the moment. So he's comfortably just sitting behind the tower, fighting these creeps, buying time out towards middle.
Meanwhile, in the middle lane, looks like Cloud's popped his ultimate. He's trying to bring down Brutal Plays as best as he can. Gets the stun off now. Can he bring down the Storm Spirit, who's just level 4? Shadowgrave does come out. Can Brutal Plays make it out with his life? He's trying.
No,
But he
Brutal
falls
Blaze
sadly
isn't
in the
going
end.
to get out in time. Of course, Shallow Grave giving him a little bit of time, but Cloud turns around, hits Perfect right in the face, and with a well-timed crit as well, trying to go onto Desire now, but Desire sort of backs off towards his tower. He is being charged. Abyss is waiting for him as well. They're trying to set something up. Desire's overextended himself. The stun going to come in, and they're just going to try and go as hard as they can. Desire still being charged, though, as Cloud taking a lot of damage from that tower. Now they're turning onto Abyss. He might die down. Let's see Fury. He's going to jump on Desire. Does find him, but taking a lot of damage from the tower. Now as Brutal sucks him in, he's going to drop down. Brutal now fighting up against Cloud, and he's down low. Cloud just smacking away. That arrow going to come in, find Cloud, and that is a big critical arrow, but they don't have any follow-up to back it up. So a lot of action going down in the mid lane. Everybody rotating in to try and get a piece of that action.
Yeah, even though the Storm Spirit died and it was just 2 supports falling there, it's still definitely worth it for the side of Divine Esports and the Storm Spirit himself, because just how far behind he is. Cloud is sitting at level 7, Storm Spirit before that engagement at level 4. So it's a good way for him to catch up, getting that kills, getting that gold, getting that experience.
Yeah, I mean, right now, we just see a measly 4k net lead up for XD. But when I say measly, it is only 7 minutes up. Rock Lee up in the top lane, he's just getting experience and just farming it up. They haven't managed to do a successful gang on him in a little while. Whilst, on the other hand, the off lane for Divine not going so well. Perfidy? How do you say his name? Is that how I say it? He's
Perfect preferred. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
you know, you guys must pronounce my name, but JBK must pronounce his name too. It's okay.
We've never ever mispronounced your name ever before. We see Fury taking a little bit of damage.
He might be in trouble here.
4 heroes chasing after. Make that 3. Arrow going to come out, is going to find him. Not going to follow up though, as Abyss just waits on the high ground. They're going to continue as Divine down towards the bottom lane. They are going to run into Wild Abyss though. He's level 3, but considering that he's just been roaming around and Perfidy has been sitting in the solo off lane, they're level-wise, it feels like XD is getting the most out of this laning phase right now, and the stun coming in.
Yeah, we can see at this point in the game, we're sitting at almost about 5k net worth difference in terms of experience. Similar story, about 5k. So XD definitely getting the better trade out of this laning phase. And ooh, looks like plays going down in the mid lane again.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a bait out. Desire came in with that critical Shallow Grave. That allowed Brutal to just turn and hit Fury. But being charged now as he tries to escape, I think he's going to get back to base just fine. As middle lane just kind of, once again, the place for all action to take place. No one really doing much. Up top, we still got Rock Lee dived behind the creep wave. And you see, him playing this position allows his creeps to just sort of naturally attack the tower without him having to do too much. And this Phantom Assassin can't do a hell of a lot against him with all those reactive armor charges up. So Rock Lee making the most out of not being ganged up. As I say that, Mirana is going to head up towards this top lane. Does have that mystical sacred arrow ready to throw something in. But unless they've got a lot of DPS, it's going to be very hard to burn down Rock Lee top. So committing heroes up here is almost like a waste of time, isn't it?
Yeah, so Timiso, he gets to a certain stage where he's just really hard to contest in lane. Like we see 4 points in refractive armor, but oh, big arrow comes out. Can Terabyte, he's actually going to go in for this place. Mirana's dropping down Starfall as well, but just so much damage coming out of the Timiso. Is it enough though? Terabyte, he's dropping down low. He's trying to man fight up, but he's going to be in real trouble here. Shadowgrave going to end shortly. Can bring down Terabyte. Terabyte, he might just be fine. Is he going to make it out?
He does, and he is going to get charged up to try and get something. It looks like Fury wants to get
Fury,
this. He's diving down behind.
chill.
Is he going to get this? He's going to die before it. So Terabyte leads in Fury to his death. And Desire now down low. He's being chased down by Rock Lee, who doesn't have a lot of mana to use all of his things. But he does have the backup of one of his teammates. Manages to land a Timber Chains. Perfect Perfidy now does the slam dunk, turn and sprint. He needs to get out of there. Up against those two. He doesn't want to be alone. He does have his teammate coming up. Brutal plays on the Storm Spirit. Running on up. He's going to get hold of Rock Lee here. Does have the haste rune to just run around, but just going to juke around. There is a lot of support coming in. A big arrow going to catch out Abyss. And now it's time for Rock Lee to back on right out of here. He just turns, tries to go in the PA, gets saved by that little bit of health from Dazzle, and they just sort of kiting him around here. Look at that reactive armor just working out. He's so tanky. Throws back another cheeky little chakram to try and save himself, but now getting stunned up by that Spirit Breaker is going to survive. Perfect Pivity needs to get out of there, and well played from XD to just sort of support up, get back behind there. They did drop Abyss, didn't pick up anything. The PA got out just in time, but they are going to turn, and they are going to find the Slaughter if they work hard enough here. He does manage to just get another critical stun and get out just in time.
Action-packed game so far. It's like a non-stop fight going on here in the top lane. Sitting 97-11 went into the game, and Hunter's probably the one happiest about this. He's just sitting there, free farming in the bottom lane, pushing up this tower now as well.
Yeah, he's making it
pretty solid for
work.
XD so far.
Like you said, XD sort of pushing up on the other lanes does just make space for him, and he can get objectives and things done. He's up to 76 last hits on that chart. Net worth looking at around 5,700. Look at the top, XD just dominating all of the net worth at this point in the game. Up to an 8k net worth lead. It looks like they are going to try and react on Hunter down bottom. He does have the ability to get out of here. Slark has this shadow dance, which makes him completely invisible. Slardar, though, is trying to hunt him down, sprinting on after, but Hunter gets out, picks up that bounty rune for his troubles as well. A little bit of extra gold. Cloud scouting things out. He's got that invis rune. They can't see him right now, and he's just doing the work to just spot out people. They're going to catch the Mirana out if they try. The charge going to come in on Mirana, in fact, and Slardar is nowhere to be seen to drop in a stun to help him. Nice little leap coming out from Mirana. Has got himself blocked, actually, on the top of the bushes. I said nice, not that nice. Nothing that Dazzle can do there. Tried to throw out the healing wave. Didn't manage to do it. Now going to try and just TP out of there. Magical RNG crit coming in just to say what's up. And forcing that fight out. They're going to now be allowed to push down on this bottom tower if they wish to, because Divine just backing right on out.
Yeah, in the top lane, this Phantom Assassin just can't get any farm, just getting bullied up as the Timbersaw consistently. And now Arrow's going to come out just off the mark, though.
Yeah, they're going to try and force him out the lane, but Rock Lee just playing very, very aggressively and just creating so much space for the rest of his team. Divine can't do anything about it. That's exactly what you said. And unfortunately, that's just going to, you know, not work out for them. Level up heroes gain XP and level up, making them more powerful as the game goes by. Leveling quickly is important for damage dealers. So Brewmaster is currently level 11. The highest in the game, level 25, is the maximum. So that's correct. You want to just try and get as much experience as possible, get as high level. And Desire right now, he's in big trouble. Throws out the shallow grave to try and save himself, but will ultimately die at the end of the day. And then the charge is just going to come out on that Mirana as well. Mirana in a lot of trouble, saved up by the Slark, who just holds him in place. And XT just going absolutely ham right now, trying to finish off this first game.
Yeah, they're really putting the pressure where they can, and, and despite all this going on, Rock Lee's still parked up here in the top lane. I think for Divine Esports, if they want to start dealing with this Timbersaw and try bring him down, once the starter gets a level 6, it will be a big sort of helper in that case.
Yeah, I mean, Slardar only having just got his level 6 versus the Timbersaw on level 11, both in their respective off lanes. It kind of shows at this point of the game who's got that ability to just sit and create space for their team. Slardar does have that ability to sprint and get a stun off, do a lot of damage onto heroes using his ultimate. Look at this, Mirana stand up once again, Hunter right there to just hold him in place, and that is a quick turn and burn for him. So that's a quick death for Mirana. 12 seconds still on the respawn clock. Doesn't have a lot of levels, so it still can respawn relatively quickly, but dying consistently over and over doesn't help the hero at all, as the rest of the heroes just start to get bigger and bigger. 12k net worth lead for XD right now, and they're just pressuring right up towards their shrines. They want to start taking some more objectives. They're not into the farming as much anymore. They can pretty much end the game by committing a couple of pushes and getting some of these heroes down. So they're just waiting for Divine to possibly just extend out of their safe zone and punish them for that. They're not over pushing or overextending. Objectively trying to take down this top tower. That's what they want to do now. Once they've done that, they'll need to take down the middle tower and then of course get into the base. So that's the game plan for XD right now. Stick together. You've got your farm, you've got your level, power in numbers. I think in a team fight right now, XD feeling very strong about things.
Yeah, like you said, XD have a huge advantage at this point. They're in about 15k, but the one thing Divine Esports can take consolation in is that XD don't really have good heroes to hit the towers. Like Timbersaw, great in team fights, just a big tank. Stark good at getting pickoffs, all that kind of jazz. And say a similar story for for Brewmaster, but none of them are particularly good at hitting towers. So at least Divine have that coming for them. But now they're looking like they want to make a play here.
Yeah, this is
It's
going
just
to be an
really-
engagement on the top lane. Look at Rockley. He just jumps in. Chakra Magic going ham. It looks like a lot of disaster. Starfall coming in. Not a lot of damage done. Stand in Old Abyss. He's dropping down low. It looks like Cloud's going to pick up the kill onto Desire. And in return, Mirana finds poor old Vengeful Spirit. But the turn coming in. Stunned up. Look at that big Timber Chains coming in. And they're just wiping up poor old Divine right now. Gonna escape with his life, old Mirana. Throw out an arrow for goodwill. Gonna catch the Timber Saw right in front of the tower. Just a cheeky little arrow. But this tower top should fall. So that was what we were kind of talking about. Get objectives done. Take the team fight. 4-man kill up top. Put the pressure on the top tower. Get objectives sort of under the belt.
For sure, for sure. And XD, I mean, they're just so far ahead right now. Hunter wasn't even in that last engagement top. It was just an easy team wipe, like 4v5 for the side of XD. And Divine are in a bit of a pickle right now. They picked a sort of like snowbally heroes. You got this Phantom Assassin hero, likes to be controlling the tempo of the game, playing from ahead. Storm Spirit, a very good hero from behind, in fact. But I don't know if he's going to actually have the space to farm up to his heart's content like he would like.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. It's almost like at this time of the game, your heroes needed to be more on board than they are. You've given a lot of space through to XD. Right now, Timber just standing at the front lines, taking all the damage. Dazzle's dropped the ulti, only catching 2 heroes with it. Make that 3 heroes with it. So they're in a little bit of trouble. They've taken the top tower. They've taken the middle tower. Does this mean that they can attack the shrines yet, or do they have to take one of the towers in the base first?
So yeah, you got to kill one of the tier 3 towers to expose the enemy shrines.
Okay, so these are the tier 3 towers that we're talking about. You need to take out these things before you can start taking out these shrines. So yeah, just a note to self. These little shrines, once you've taken the T3s, you can. But objectively speaking, we've got pretty big boy Slark. We know that you need to level up. How the player's doing. Slark is leveling at 548 XP per minute, the fastest in the game behind Brewmaster. Okay. So right now, XD, of course, they've got the Brewmaster and the Slark on their team, both leveling at the fastest speed. Let's go to the XP per minute. There we can see it. It's actually 3. Timbersaw in the off lane, the 3rd highest. So you kind of expect a lot of XP in the off lane, right? If you're against a try or a dual lane. But he's been doing phenomenally to just get himself and keep himself at the top of the game there. They're going to go on the Roshan now. Roshan, of course, if you haven't watched the game of Dota before, does drop this magical thing called Aegis of the Immortal, given to your carry that allows him to survive longer by giving him an extra life. Sometimes not the carry, because the carry's got too many items, but generally speaking, you give it to your hardest hitting player so that he gets 2 lives. And they're going to try and contest on Rosh here. Ara going to come in, catch on Slark, the damage dealer. But the swap coming in, the stun going down. And this looks like poor Perfect Pivity locked in the middle of everyone. And he's left to hang and dry by himself. His team backed out right away. And XD stayed together. They're now pushing up middle. They've got that Aegis of the Immortal and the Slark. They're feeling very, very confident to push up to these tier 3s in middle. 2 heroes down. This is a push for sure coming out of XD.
Yeah, this is a perfect case scenario. You want to go up high ground, usually on the first or second Aegis. I mean, if first Aegis is luxury, you usually want to take map control as best as you can with that. But on this game, they got the luxury, they can do it. They sit here sieging up the top tower. Rockley tanking up a lot of damage. Brutal plays, he's sipping in now as well. Can they do anything to burst anybody down?
Well, they're trying. Rockley is still jumping in. He does have that Dazzle ulti on him, so he's losing his precious armor by the second as that ticks down. Another arrow going to come in. This time Rockley manages to avoid it. The last 2 arrows that we've seen in front of a tower he's managed to eat. They're trying to do as much as they can on him, but look at how he can just tank it up. Stark going to now jump in on that Slaughter. Is going to be Shallow Grave to save the day, but now just going to try and run out. Get out of there as quick as possible. Look at that quick kill on the Dazzle, just with the right clicks, and they're just cleaning up right now. They're trying to get a kill. They do. Mirana finds 1 on Rockley. That's an important kill to drop down, but Slark still going ham. Abyss caught up in the base, going to be found by that Storm Spirit, but the turn on him by that Slark combo, he's picked up 52 agility in that fight. So every time he hits a hero, he picks up extra agility. So right now he's just going to go ham. Look at Storm though. He's trying to take down Fury. Fury trying to just avoid things. His team right there, but is going to get dropped down. Not really always worth it though, because was that a buyback coming in from Storm Spirit? I don't know.
It was indeed.
It was. So that was a dieback, and these middle racks now exposed. They're not giving up as Divine as Perfect comes in with another good slam, finds 2 heroes, but Panda turns and just look at this, molting right through them. Dazzle tries to do something. The big crit coming in from PA is going to be enough to drop Pandarian Brewmaster, but Rock Lee, he's still going strong. He's on a double kill now. We got Slark hunting the PA right behind those base towers. Might even die to those. He's going to get out. Rock Lee playing games, has found the Moran at the end of the day, and they have been given these middle racks now. Well, when I say given, they've fought for them, Camille.
They have indeed, and like a really funny situation that they managed to kill Rock Lee's Timbersaw, but his Bloodstone charges so high so early in the game, he almost has an instant respawn. TB's back to the tier 1 tower mid and just walks back into the game, sorry, to the racks, and just gets a triple kill there anyway.
100%. This is just beautiful for XD. They've got their objectives done. They've pushed those tier 2s or tier 3s top. Or middle, sorry. I'm just messing up everything right now. They've pushed the tier 3s middle. Which means that they have now got into the base. That gives them the ability to go and hunt down the shrines if they want. Look at Fury. He's found himself a haste rune. A haste rune, for those that don't know, gives you maximum movement speed, allows you to run around the map as quick as possible, go and cause a little bit of trouble, and that's exactly what Fury looks like he wants to do. Get over here is actually right there. Fury runs right up. Looks like he tries to initiate a spell. Doesn't quite get that ultimate, which I think he may have been trying to do. If he did that, Abyss and Timbersaw, they would have been there to help him out and just secure the kill. But he ran up, picked up a bounty rune for his troubles, putting pressure on this bottom racks lane now. They want to get mega creeps if they can. It doesn't look like Divine wants to give up just yet. So that's what you do in Dota, right? Push and push and push until you can stop the push.
Yeah, I mean, this. So Mr. G-Max, I unfortunately can't actually hear you on Skype. I think it's a problem on my end. I just, can barely hear my co-caster. But I think what he's trying to say is that, you should never just give up a game of Dota. 22k net worth behind. There's still stuff to learn left here. So, try your best. Keep it going. But this is a steep hill to climb now. Rock Lee, he's going to actually just climb straight up that hill as I say that. He's going to go try and burst on the Dazzle. Can he do it though?
Yeah, looks like Dazzle's just going to turn, throw the ultimate down, stay around for way too long though, as Moran are going to just kite him out. Looks like he might get stunned here. He is in big trouble. Panda tries to save him, but the turn coming in and they're making this work out. Panda going to go for the Pandarian split. Is going to catch out the slot on the back lines. Vengeful Spirit going to drop down low now as Abyss hits the deck. The charge on that poor old PA right now. Looks like Storm Spirit going to bail out. Trying to chase him down. That charge coming in from a long way away. I missed Cloud just finishing things up. He managed to pick up that Dazzle, of course. Just pushing this high ground. Spirit Breaker. Very, very aggressive hero. Look at Slark. He's going ham on the top lane. It looks like they're trying to finish this game off via the racks. And they are just going absolutely ham. Not backing out. Big crits coming in, though. That's enough to do a little bit of damage. But Panda just going to turn in. Slark going to get out as well. And now, just with a little bit of HP, Perfect Perfidy is going to get the slam down on poor old Cloud. But Cloud turns and hits him. He does have the ability to just make people miss a lot of attacks. Murano uses that ultimate ability to get things done. The slam going to find Slark, but just going to be caught off guard by that Dark Pact from Slark. Dark Pact, of course, does AoE damage and also takes off negative debuffs like stun. So if you time it at the right time, you can actually get out of being stunned.
Oh, he just got stunned now, unfortunately. But yeah, there's going to be a second in. Racks cleaned up by side of XD Dota. And yeah, this is more or less looking like the first game. I think this is more about the time where Divine needs to get back, look at the drawing board, think what can we do in the next game. Not really focus on this game too much.
Clock watching an average. Oh, I missed that. It just popped up at the end. I'm sorry, Beetle. Do you want to tell me what it said? Or do you just want to type it back for me? I don't mind.
No, I definitely don't want to type it again. It said that an average game of Dota lasts around 40 minutes. 25 to 30 minute game is considered quite fast, and the fastest game in Pro Dota that has been won on patch 707 is 11 minutes and 13 seconds when Team Empire beat Virtus Pro at Dream League.
Things are just setting off here as XD just goes ham, drops 3. They do drop the Spirit Breaker, but they might find a 4th here as the PA carry gets dropped and the GG well played being called from Divine. XD wins the first game, but that's not all, folks. This is a best of 3.
See y'all in the next game, and I think it's just the difference in skill of these two teams just shown in this game. Like XD, an experienced team with some really old school players, Players who are kind of in form right now, and Divine Esports still got a couple of ways to go before they can call themselves, breaking into the top level of SA Dota.
Thanks very much, G-Max and Camille, for taking us through that game. Before we do
Can
anything
I
else,
just-
I think...
Can I just ask something? Is there a problem with the
can.
audio on the stream, or is it fine?
No,
Or is it just on Skype?
it's
Just me.
It's just Skype. Yeah, we have this problem every week where you kind of just decide to not have Skype audio for a few seconds every now and again. So what I normally do is just use the in-game audio
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
while
did.
the game's going on, and then once it's over, switch back to Skype.
Okay, I understand. I'm sorry.
But-
I'm sorry, Camille. I make it
It's
hard.
cool.
Did you have fun?
I
I,
put
had
it back
fun
on, so.
casting my first game with you, dude. That was fun.
Yeah, I did. It was
You guys
good, man.
complimented each other very well.
Yeah, and you are complimenting each other now. So
We compliment each other always. We're the nice guys of esports, don't you know?
Ah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Camel.
I don't know about that.
Oh man, it's a pity that game we casted was such a stomp. No flame, just the reality of the situation. But yeah, it was a good first game.
You know what? We can make it exciting as much as we can. We can call it a stomp, but it was still, at the end of the day, I got to cast Dota with my homies and my new homies. Our hat consultant Shani. Did you have a
Yes, I'm
favorite
here.
hat in that game or not? So we're gonna look on the next game.
No, so I have a comment actually. So Dazzle
Okay.
wins hands down because I mean,
yeah,
Purple
I
Fireball.
agree completely.
Why
Yeah.
would we not? Why would we not go the purple fireball? But I just want to comment something about Vengeful Spirit, right? Because okay, it's not technically a hat. It's like a hood thing. So like assassins, I know Phantom Assassin also has the same kind of hood thing going on. But with Vengeful Spirit, it's kind of like if you follow Greek mythology, you've got Hermes, which is like the god of like communication, or like he's got the little sandals with the wings on it. You know what I'm talking about? If you watch Hercules,
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm talking about. Cool. So she's got 2 sets of wings on either side of her like hood thing. So with the hood, if it wasn't attached to like a cloak or something, would it fly away? This is a legit question that I have about kind of
It's a
hats.
good question.
Yeah,
it's a good question.
I don't. You throw me off completely. Like you come
Yeah.
in here and you.
This is not what we expect
Alright,
from that
let the
consultant.
Dota
These challenging
expert answer this
questions.
question,
Okay,
right?
Camille, give us.
It's a
Dota
good
god.
question, but also an irrelevant question because flying in Dota 2 is completely irrelevant. -3 heroes.
No, so then you can't say it's irrelevant. So then it's still relevant. Basically, Shani.
Okay, but
which three?
Still,
Okay, Bat Rider's flying is relevant. Bat Rider's flying is relevant. Let me think what else. So you got.
That's
Okay,
just-
I'm
that's
looking
just
at all the
saying,
heroes.
as much
Oh,
as
you guys have
Dazzle
just gone
won-
robotsy. I don't know what's gone on.
So as much as Dazzle won the hat competition for all the hat like analysis for map 1 or game 1 or whatever, definitely Dazzle wins, but Vengeful Spirit gets the that made me think question.
Right? Fair enough.
No, there's categories. This is new.
This is new.
Yes.
This is all new to me.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to respond. I've been caught off guard.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really hot by you guys? It's cooking on my side.
It's
Yeah,
boiling.
It is.
It's boiling.
I need to open some doors and stuff when we get to that draft.
It's because we had that lightning storm and then it was just like a little bit of rain and now it's just made everything humid.
I don't understand. It just came in to destroy my internet, and then the sun came out and was like, okay, now it's going to be exceptionally hot. So I'll
So
see
you
Dota
saying it was
dead.
targeting you?
I feel like it's targeting me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to say it for you guys to just see it, right?
Yeah. No, we got you. We
You
understood.
got me, homeboy.
Yeah, we do.
Also, my hat is better than your hat, G-Max.
Also,
Is your hat
ACG
from
pointing out in
Poland?
the chat, Camille,
Is your
that
hat
another
from
thing that
Poland?
flies that is very useful is the courier.
Yes, the courier flies, Camille. Jeez, like, and
Yeah.
that's critical.
Oh,
Yo,
Yeah.
It is
imagine like walking courier all game. You would be very disappointed.
okay, so I actually have my answer to this, okay? So Bat Rider is
Oh,
relevant
no.
that flies. Night Stalker is relevant for 2 seconds when he flies. Winter Wyvern is like a quote-unquote a flying hero when he's hitting with
Puck?
Arctic Burn.
Puck?
But Puck doesn't fly. He's not relevant because he flies. It's
He
his
floats,
orb
but
that
he
takes
doesn't
him
fly.
places.
Like I think we should draw a line
Floating is
between
flying,
floating
No,
and
come on.
no,
flying.
he does fly.
Floating
He
is
does fly.
flying. If you
Viper
leave
flies.
the
There's lots of
ground
things that
and it
fly in
wasn't
Dota,
jump.
but it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
If
Okay,
you
that's
had
true.
to
that's-
see a
It doesn't
person,
really matter if you can fly unless you can fly over trees.
Yeah, like Batrider or
Unless you can,
Nightstalker.
unless you can change pathing in the game, it's irrelevant. So basically, Nyx is in 707 is relevant, right? Because he kind of flies then.
But he doesn't fly.
Sorry,
he
who?
walks over things.
No, but now he walks over the trees, so now he's technically changing pathing. So now he also
So he's really
flies.
tall.
Yeah, he
We've got
runs
really
so-
long legs.
No,
Okay,
it's not flying.
We're saved. We're going into the draft. It's time to shh for GMAX, and it's time for Beetle and Camille to talk us through the draft while I open up the doors and bring in some sanity, such as cold air. I'm dying.
Well, we are going into game 2, our draft, Divine Esports and XD. XD, of course, ahead by 1 game. The first ban, the big bad Bane, who's proven to be quite a worthy ally or worthy enemy in this patch, followed by Nightstalker and the Spirit Breaker that we saw being quite effective in the last game.
Expect the Fury Dota.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, thanks for that, Johnny. I was wondering if Skype was broken or that awkward silence. Thank you for breaking that. We appreciate it. So yeah,
GMAX has
taking out
got to open the doors. We can't do much else.
they're taking out the Nightstalker and the Beastmaster yet again here from XD Dota. I feel like, you know, if you XD, right, and you don't want to play against these two heroes because you think they're quote-unquote broken this patch, but you win such a convincing game 1, you should let it through for game 2 and, you know, test your skills against these quote-unquote broken heroes, you know?
Or if you
and
think they're
challenge
broken, another option is to just pick them up. You know?
Yeah, true. If you have first pick, there's no reason to ban quote-unquote broken heroes. You just take that broken hero and you move on with your life.
And the pick order is important. You bring up an important point, because even though the bans are coming through one team, the team that has the first pick, they can try. They don't need to ban heroes that they don't want to play against if they are able to pick them up, because they can just choose them to deny the other team from having them. And in this case, Divine's first pick. So perhaps a good idea to ban the heroes that XD definitely doesn't want to play against.
Right. And like a good example of that was like last patch Venomancer, right? If you had first pick, you leave the Venomancer in the pool. You force the hand of your opponents to ban that Venomancer, or if they don't, you pick up Venomancer. Hero that can run in 3 lanes and can't be counted.
One of our relevant flyers getting picked up here, Winter Wyvern.
Yay.
Like 0.5% relevant in his flying. But you know what? I actually have an opinion about this hero. I think, statistically speaking, this is actually the best hero of 7.07 so far. It has the highest win rate, 3rd most picked hero. It's just really a great hero right now. They buffed his Silent Tree, and I just like it, okay? It's a good hero.
Guys, I know you're not meant to tell people what happens behind the scenes of cast, but like, I just managed to upload data to my LTE SIM with 10 megs left in the accounts.
Yo.
Yo,
Wow.
we saved it, guys.
Wow.
And I just interrupted the draft. I suck at the noob stream. I'm sorry.
Actually, it was so bad we had to sing the McDonald's theme song, so we're pretty glad you're back.
Okay, so I can sing the McDonald's theme song with you guys? Or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
do it,
suppose
do
we
it,
can
do
do a
it, G-Mac.
duet.
Start off the song.
Should we rap it? Oh, Matt.
I mean, I don't even know the words. So.
I think GMAX is thinking of Oh McDonald's Farm, not the McDonald's.
Oh, you like McDonald's? I was gonna rap my favorite nursery rhyme of all time, but I guess Georgie Porgy doesn't actually.
G-Max, there's only one relevant song at the moment right now, and let's let Johnny say they take it off. The thing goes, what? Johnny?
Skr pa pa kra pa karambas.
I don't know what am I expected to sing Oh McDonald's Farm. Am I doing...
-1 is 3. Quick math.
Oh.
Right. Is that the song we're talking about?
So we've got Avenge again. Yeah.
Visa pulling it back home.
Basically,
Thank you, Victor. We appreciate it.
Basically, Divine on the hat side is going for the all blue lineup right now. The 2 blue heroes. They just. I
mean, is it blue or is it kind of like an aqua or a turquoise? I'm not happy to call that blue.
Can we get it
It
right?
must be great at parties, Richard.
Thanks very much. I do try and be as exciting as possible.
Definitely the guy that calls out the is it blue or black, the dress, or gold, or purple, or pink shoes, or whatever goes around.
I hate those pictures. They
I
make
love
me
them.
so mad.
They
No.
don't. They make me mad. Because basically what you do is you change the color entirely, and you tell people what the color is, and then you start seeing it, and when people don't see it, and you know that it didn't exist, then it's okay.
Guys, I feel like I'm back in like 2014.
No, there was
Wait,
another one,
what?
Nana, with those
Shoe?
shoes. There was just a
Yes,
shoe one.
The shoe one with
It's,
the with
it's
the
totally
pink,
relevant again.
pink or
I
white.
haven't
It
seen
was
the
the
shoe
Vans,
one.
the old schools. I'm a Vans fan. I saw them.
I didn't see the
Hey, what's oh wait, this joking on PDF. Sorry, PG for the noob stream next time.
I feel like you should just go for it.
I feel like
Okay,
you should
okay.
just
I
go
feel
for
like you
it.
brought it up.
What is a pedophile shoe of choice?
Oh no, this is
I
definitely.
Oh,
regret
no,
this.
no.
I regret this.
White-
What is the
white
answer?
fans.
White fans.
Uh,
But to make it
I can't-
relevant, it could be a pink fan if you see it as a pink fan. So just avoid any Vans near
my
your schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it seems like X taking a different route. They haven't banned out all the illusion heroes. Just in my opinion, the most broken one at the moment, the Chaos Knight.
Are we going to see a
Sam, do we have
Meepo
to
on
call them
Hunter?
I mean-
broken?
Doesn't Venge kind of qualify as a broken illusion hero now?
I mean, all right. Let's see back to like the flag question. I don't think it's actually. Right? It's more like as like vengeful spirit's name is. It's just a vengeful spirit that just charges you because it doesn't have the same laws as an illusion has. You know, it's like Terrorblade's reflection, which are also considered illusions by name, but you know.
There's
Let's not
okay,
get
so
into it.
basically for the noob stream, there's even more. There's more to illusions than meets the eye. You get aggressive illusions that Camille finds is broken, and you get passive illusions like vengeful and what, like AM. Is AM's illusion like, does that count as not broken because it just kind of stays there when you TP? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm a noob. I'm confused. Illusions are
We
scary.
dropped-
Alchemist going to be picked up for the side of Divine. I like Alchemist. That means that they're going for some heavy gold. That's
So
basically
let's
all I know
let's just
about
take a
Alchemist.
moment to appreciate the role that Shiny ZA now has, because Rubik is now in the pool, and so is Alchemist, and so is Necrophos, which are all three quite strong in the hat game department.
Yeah, so I've put on
So-
I've put on another hat.
We're not
I know you
on
can't
the
see me stream. I know I'm not on the stream right now, but I was wearing a sailor's hat, and now I'm wearing a different hat, which you'll see at the end of this game.
She
Nice.
pretends like she's not on the stream, but she's got Gmax on production, so she's 100% on the stream with her
Am
finger.
I on stream right now? Yes, I have a pink top hat, guys.
I regret absolutely nothing about this noob stream whatsoever. If you want to wear a funny hat, even if it's red and says PG on it, we will.
You're a
will
you're a
show
hat
off.
consultant. You have to wear hats. Otherwise, you
That's
can't be
Part of
considered a
the
hat
job.
consultant.
That's
Actually,
So, I
living
mean-
in the last patch here, sticking with both Necrophos and Bloodseeker. Necrophos got hit pretty hard by the nerf hammer, but Bloodseeker, surprisingly, he's like still pretty good, I think.
yeah. So
Obviously, Rupture cast range reduced a little bit.
Let's explain to our viewers what Bloodseeker actually does. He's quite thirsty for blood, right? I mean, Bloodseeker. Basically, what he does is when his HP or when someone else's HP is low, their health is low, he gets a movement speed buff, which allows him to get vision and obscenely fast speed. It allows him to kind of abuse the fact that people may stay low trying to farm up creeps. You can't do that with Bloodseeker on the map. His ultimate ability, of course, gives you the ability to rupture someone. You put this crazed blood rage on them, and if they run, they just sort of melt from all orifices. Blood just everywhere. It's disgusting.
Guys, I just have to share this, and I'm sorry, Shiny, but she's WhatsApping me thoughts on the heroes, and the descriptions are: I just want to talk about the green guy with the big hook staff thing, and the big yellow dude with the little dude on his back.
That's basically Gmax and Tiny. Is
Oh, yeah.
Alchemist.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
It's the noob stream.
No,
Yeah.
it's true. It's true. I'm kind of sad
So
that
Alchemist
we didn't
is-
get sold.
Alchemist is a farm-heavy hero, so that hero is expected to have a high XP per minute and high gold per minute game, especially gold per minute.
And that's
Interesting
right.
that Divine
And
would
that's-
pick
that's
it up
That's because
as how hard they were shut down in the last game. Well, because he has this ability where he can give out Aghanim Scepters to people, and Aghanim Scepters apply to a lot of heroes that give them special abilities or enhance specific spells. So Alchemist has the ability to gift them to people, and then they don't take up item slots. So it's quite a big buff to you to have an Alchemist on the team, provided he's getting that farm.
And he basically has an ability which is like 7 degrees in medicine that enables him to earn just $1 million a minute. So he earns a lot of money, And that's why when he does get that gold boost going, he can sort of hand out Aghanim Scepters for free. Basically, Oprah. You getting an Aghanims, you getting an Aghanim.
Aghanims are quite expensive at 4,200 gold, so it takes quite a lot.
Oprah is appropriate.
Yeah.
Oprah.
So after the last game, I'd like to have seen Divine Esports learn their lesson about sort of weak laning stage. So they see Necroforce come on in the first pick, no counter response from them. Then they pick up an Alchemist, fair enough. I think Alchemist is a strong hero still. And then after the Bloodseeker comes out, they pick the Morphling, another not strong laning hero. I guess Morphling has changed a lot. In fact, it's a completely different hero from what it used to be. It's something that got completely reworked. So how it runs this game, I'm not completely sure. It's actually going to be the first time I'm seeing a Morphling in this new patch. Like, properly in a game while I'm casting it.
Dude, I know we don't agree on lots of things, but we agree on that. It feels like Divine has picked sort of one of those we waiting games that whereas XD has just sort of picked something super aggressive. We see Monkey King as the final pick coming out. Rock Lee going to be playing on that bad boy. Also quite an exciting hero. His sort of reach on a melee hero is ridiculous. He's almost ranged, right, with his attacks.
Right.
So he's
the only hero in the game that has like double the melee range of a melee hero. I don't know why.
Yeah.
What
So
Ice Frog was
it's
thinking.
because he has
Before
a
we
long
go
stick.
into the game, sorry, G-Max, before we go into the game, Shiny ZA, give us your initial gut feeling on which hat is the most
Ooh.
attractive out of this lot.
I still say Alchemist, who's the big yellow guy.
Aye?
Because
Okay,
right,
fair enough.
because that's just off the bat. I don't know, but I kind of really like Bloodseeker, because it's not a hat, but it's a mask, so it's
Yeah,
kind
his-
of like tribal.
That's his
vibes.
standard skin, but he is quite an attractive young man in his standard form.
Exactly. You don't need any fancy loot crate boxes with fancy items to be able to look fancy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we do. And this is game 2, XD versus the other team, Divine Esports. Wow.
Wow,
that was good.
horrible.
Wow. Very professional. Very
And-
professional.
Very
On-
professional.
On
It
Shawnee's
is
point
one.
there,
Sorry, go for it.
what she's trying to say is, if you're ugly, no amount of hats can fix that. Feels bad.
That's not what I said. Stop putting words in my
That is
mouth.
exactly what she said. And with that being said, let's kick off the second game. Camille, it's our game 2 together. Let's make this a cracker. Are you going to run us down through the Radiant side again? Are you going to try this? Are we going to try it together? We're going to get me with the control on the camera and you going through it?
I'll do Radium first, and then you can do Dire after. Okay, that's a fair deal, alright?
Whatever.
Okay, so starting at the bottom side of the map, the first hero I'd like to talk about is Get Over Here on the Vengeful Spirit in the bottom lane. Next hero, we got Mr. Desire playing the Winter Wyvern, best hero of this patch. You heard it here first, folks. Terabyte on the Alchemist. In the mid lane, we have Mr. Brutal plays on the Morphling. That's a... Alright? I respect that.
He looks swagging with his green and glow. Just
Oh yeah, he's got the full green set. What a player. And
Yo.
last but not least, in the Dire side, we have Mr. Axe in the top lane. G-Max, hit over the Dire heroes. man. You got it.
He's also got a beautiful face. We've got Hunter playing on the Necro. We've got Rockley coming over and playing on...
Take a play feedback. Shit's going down here.
Oh, shit's going down. Is that what we say on the stream now? I didn't know we were allowed to
Oh,
use that
sorry.
kind of language.
Sorry.
It's all good. You said it. I said it.
Oh, no,
Vengeful
Wilson.
Spirit's gonna die first.
Oh!
I'm lagging so
did?
badly in this game. Are you lagging? Is anyone else lagging?
No, he actually TP'd out and he made it out of...
Did he-
Oh, actually, wait.
He did survive. Did you guys lag? Are you
Yes,
guys
survived.
lagging?
No, we are not lagging, Mr. G-Max.
My game lagged there. I'm so
You're
sorry.
alone in your lag, yeah. That's all on you.
Okay, well, it
Your
gives me time
LTEs
to
run
quickly
out.
just... Yeah, it probably is that. Rockley playing on the Monkey King, Cloud on the Bloodseeker, Abyss playing that beautiful Rubik, and Fury picking up that wonderful twin-headed Jakiro dragon thing. I'm lagging again. I don't know what's going on here.
Winter Wyvern, he could be in trouble in the bot lane. He should be fine. And G-Max, can you hear me properly still?
I can still hear you now that the rain is gone. Yes.
Okay, so I have a question for you. You know, caster to caster here. I believe that you should only introduce the teams like player by player or Brutal Plays is playing whatever in the first game. You know, after that, people should just, know who's who.
Well, this is the noob stream. Not everyone watches like 9 hours of
Yeah,
so
I
new
agree.
people come
Sorry.
here, so we go through things differently. But it's okay, caster to caster. It's your first time on the noob stream. We do things a little bit differently here. We make things a little bit fun. It's not all
A little bit more
serious.
inclusive.
Correct. We try and get things done. Terabyte's in a little bit of trouble. Picked up here, taking a lot of damage. Abyss, he's trying to play aggressive, but he's burning down pretty low. Terabyte, they're focusing him very, very hard. He's trying to just use that tree line to get himself out of trouble, but is taking a lot of damage all around. Hunter, the next man that could fall, and it's going to be Desire to drop for Hunter first, and then Terabyte falls right after that. Vengeful Spirit going to back on out of there. A very, very messy sort of tree fight going on there. And each team taking one home.
Dota really slacking there, feeding away the first blood there on the Necroforce. That's actually a really crazy engagement.
Yeah,
level 1,
crazy.
none of these heroes are particularly good at level 1, but hey, they all made it work. Okay,
Yeah.
I lied. Jakiro's actually a very good level 1 hero. His dual breath just does a lot of work.
Well,
Probably one of the strongest level 1 spells in the game.
Yeah, his dual breath, that does the slow as well as the burn. Going back to town by the town portal scroll can be used to teleport to any friendly building, even while being attacked. It can, however, be cancelled by a stun. Correct. So if you use that in time, like we saw early on in the game, you manage to get yourself out of there. You don't feed anyone any gold, and it's kind of like one of those haha moments in Dota when you escape someone trying to kill you and you get out just in time.
And as of patch 707, you get a free one.
Yes, you
It's
do.
part
And
of the
right
game
now,
that starts
Biz
on a
in
cooldown.
some trouble here, trying to do something. Picks up one, is going to turn and try and fight back. Desire is in trouble. And it looks like Terabyte also just taking a lot of fire right now. He is burning down low. Necro chasing down behind. Those, look at that fire coming in. Hunter picks up the double kill. Well worth it for XD there. It's just game of trades down at the bottom lane. This is exciting, Dota. I don't know if they heard TKC throwing shade earlier, but everyone just trying to make it more exciting for him. Otherwise, he gets bored.
Yeah, it is an exciting game, Dota. And usually when you're playing this like aggressive try versus safe lane try, if you're trading like, let's say 2 for 2 kills every time, I think the aggressive try is the team in favor because they really want to drop these sort of super hard carries like the Alchemist. And Terabyte actually just decided he's going to leave the lane, and I don't know if I agree with this decision because Monkey King is very, very good against other melee cores or just melee heroes in general.
Because of that extra
especially
range
with the
damage,
level 8 marches. That
right
extra
now-
range and also...
But it
Okay,
also looks like
just to
it also
finish what I was
looks,
saying. Okay, never mind,
sorry,
go.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna send Fury just towards top as well, just to still put pressure on him as well. So it's like they have to now rotate and have the 2v1 position. So Terabyte not gonna pick up all the farm that he wants, but at least not gonna keep on getting ganged out bottom. Hunter's just playing super aggressively, and right now, the way that Necro works, he's got that passive ability called Heartstopper Aura, which just munches away at HP over time. You can see it just affects heroes, and that affects is it strength heroes more. We see Brutal Plays drop down. Was that in mid? Yes, it was. Cloud is currently leading up the last hits as he picks up a double damage rune as well. So he gets a kill and gets himself some creep kills. So he's just going hard. Desire now going to come in to just support poor old Brutal Plays in middle.
Yeah, so like you're saying about Heartstopper Area, it's a percentage based spell, so it is kind of better against, maybe you could say, strength heroes.
Yeah.
Or
so
high HP pool heroes.
high HP pool heroes. It just really munches them down. And Axe is kind of one of those heroes that normally plays, really, really aggressively. But right now on the back foot against a hero like Necro, not normally where a sort of intelligence hero sort of runs away from the Axe. If it's a Crystal Maiden, it sits there and just gets spun to death. But with a Necro, it just can play so aggressively. Rubik also just, running around, causing a lot of havoc. They're not making things easy in the bottom lane, regardless of who sits here. That new spell of Necros, or not new spell, what does that actually do, Camille? I don't understand it.
The W and the skill that you just used now, the Ghost
Shroud, yeah.
Okay. So, before we get to that, in the top lane, looks like some serious jazz is going down. Rock Lee gets himself a double kill, but is he going to cost him his life here?
Oh, no, he
Rubik Abyss
manages-
is the save.
He manages to just juke it out there as well. That last hit not coming in. Well played from Abyss to just pick him up. That's where you have to just put props to your support guys, keeping your carry alive or your offlane alive, even though, he should die in that kind of a situation. Very low HP in a dream. And it just forces out those rotations, right? Gives more space down towards that bottom lane. Just lets Axe 1v1 versus Necro, which he's never going to win up. So Necro gets as much space as possible. Winter Wyvern is this... Oh, I missed that. It was too slow.
Yeah, same.
It was.
Oh
too,
man,
it was
next
too
time.
quick.
I'm just gonna start putting those on for like 5 minutes. So you don't miss them.
We appreciate it,
Terabytes
Vero.
is going down. A big stun coming in from the Monkey King. Rubik going to be traded out in return, but it doesn't matter because Rock Lee's getting double kills left, right, and center. Desire going to fall down as well when Survivor and the hero being played by him. And right now, 8-3, 5k net worth lead at 6 minutes in. To me, it looks like XD just playing really, really aggressively and forcing Divine to respond.
Oh yeah, this is the difference in strategies here. The side of Divine Esports with these two super heavy farming cores, the Morphling and the Alchemist, and XT just take these three very, very strong laners. The sort of like people call them OP heroes of last patch, the Necro, the Bloodseeker, the Monkey King, who just win lanes, and
Yeah,
it seems like that strategy is starting to pay off.
You can see on their last hits, the Bloodseeker on 40, Necro on 39, and Monkey King on 30, right at the top of the farm chart, and leading that net worth graph lead as well. So, like you said, semi-broken heroes, as you like to call them. I like to just call them the smart man's choice. Everybody's got the ability to ban things out. If you're going to play something that's a little bit stronger than the others, let's not call them broken. Let's just call them the smart man's choice. Okay, I like the gentleman's agreement.
You know what? You seem like the guy who's been picking anti-mage in his ranked games recently, G-Max.
We both know that I don't play ranked games, but if I did, I would be that guy. 100%.
So to answer your question earlier about the Ghost Necrolight's new ability, the Ghost Ride. So what it does is it's sort of like a ethereal blade. You activate it, people can't hit you. You can't right-click or right-click attack you. They can still cast spells on you, and you take amplified damage. They also take amplified damage from you. But the main thing about that spell is that you can't get hit, and it restores your... it makes the healing you take 75% buff. So you get a heal from your Q, you get a heal from Magic Wand, from Mech, all those things. It's amplified by 75%. So it makes him really difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and especially against right-clickers. If someone's trying to right-click you and you just activate that, you can just use your spells to give you more HP, damage them, and they can't even hit you, which is their strength. So I see what you're saying. We see the Rapture coming out from Cloud right now. Brutal plays. He just uses his, what is that thing called? Waveform, which ironically is one of the few movement factors that don't like let Rapture go off. Is that true, or does it still affect us?
Yes, it is true.
Okay.
It is true.
Okay, so everything else kind of, if you move with it, Brutal Plays is down low. He's going to strength morph right now, trying to keep his health up low. Cloud has dived right down low, but going to get dropped right underneath the tower. As I missed that, we see down bottom, it looks like Hunter just going ham. He picks up a double kill as poor old Axe.
And even in the
Alchemist.
top lane action
Yeah.
going down, three
Yeah, there
full
is.
lanes of
just
madness. Rock another kill.
action attraction. They're trying to make this very challenging for G-Max on the camera. Challenge accepted. We're going to try and capture as much as we can. But if we don't, we can just summarize it as XD going ham. It looks like 9k ahead for XD, 9 minutes in, a K a minute. That's an okay rate. I could work for that. Could you work for that? A K a minute?
I'm definitely happy about that, man.
Yeah, I
the
think
more
that's
exciting game of Dota, the better.
That's 60 grand an hour, you know. I think you should say yes, I'll work for that. It's fine, you don't get my joke. Stand still or die. Bloodseeker's ultimate Rapture forces you to stand still. Whenever you move, you lose huge amounts of health. And the more you lose, the faster Bloodseeker gets to chase you down. So yeah, it's a lost situation. You stand there, you take him on. He's hitting you for all these big shots. If you run, you're losing health. And whilst you're running, losing health, he's just getting movement speed to chase you down. So Bloodseeker, this is the man I'm talking about. Have a look at him. He's just covered in blood, like I said. He's going ham. He's just farming creeps. Right now, leading the net worth chart, sitting at 5,100 net worth. Followed up closely by Rockley on the Monkey King. He's also having just a phenomenal game up top. He's loving things right now. I think, like you said, the heroes to choose if you're smart, not broken, are Monkey King, Necro, and Bloodseeker right now. Now I know who I'm playing the next time I play a game of Dota. Just saying. Be warned.
I mean, these are the heroes who were broken last patch. I'm just going to
Don't say
inform you about that,
broken.
hey?
Stop saying broken.
You're hurting their feelings.
Yeah, that dude, no one is broken. Everybody's fixable.
But I mean, the funny thing is when you say broken, you're saying that he's better than everybody else. So it's kind of like a strange way of putting it. Yeah.
I think the way broken means like the game is broken, that things shouldn't work like that. You know, not the actual hero. You know, I'm not calling anybody, you know, damaged or broken or
Oh, but you are missing a couple of things. Middle and Desire is not just broken, he is broken.
I just want to point out that he died while flying.
Yeah,
so...
he died while flying, so...
Useless. Cough, cough.
Irrelevant spell confirmed. It looks like up top, they're trying to put pressure on these towers top. Right now, no space being given to Divine whatsoever. As per Old Axe, he's sitting down on level 8. One level ahead of Fury's support Jakiro, which isn't looking good for him. Terabyte sitting on level 6. So that's not where you want Alchemist. He's not making it rain at all. He needs to improve on that stripping skill. We know his money can rain in, but until he harnesses the power of that last hitting on creeps, he's not getting anything to take home for the team.
Yeah, one of those things. Alchemist is...
That was a big sigh.
That was a big
I've
sigh.
been there. I've
That's
been
like
there
level...
where you're an Alchemist.
You've been there.
You play in a team with an Alchemist and you getting run over, your rest of your team's getting run over. It's just quite a, not a fun situation to be in.
I mean, Alchemist was a strange pick for me from Divine, especially since they got manhandled in the first game. Having him keep up a farm in the second game was always going to be tough.
Yeah, it
Right.
was like Camille said, like very strange for them not to pick up a stronger laning phase and being punished for it entirely right now. Axe, of course, meant to be the tank of that game, quickly dropped down. He lost the fight to a quick pick up and drop in the Jakiro's firing ultimate. That thing does a lot of damage over a second. You do not want to be caught in that. So that's called Macro Pyre. He lays it down. If you run in it or stand in it, you just take a lot of damage over time. Right now, doesn't even look like Divine wants to contest the pressure being taken on top. They've still committed 2 heroes towards middle, trying to, deal with Hunter on... Oh, sorry, on Cloud. Cloud just popped brutal plays. Was that a cheeky Dagon kill?
That is a cheeky Dagon kill. I wanted to point it out earlier, but just never got the chance. And now Axe gonna fall in the top lane as well. And Dagon Bloodseeker is one of those things that...
No, that's disgusting.
Like...
You don't do that to people. That was nutty. So basically, he's picked up a level 2
It's not smart
Dagon.
now, G-Max. It's not smart. It's not just a smart thing to do, like you said earlier.
No, did I say smart?
I'm just saying, it's
Did I
not
say
broken
smart?
or semi-OP as you said. It's just smart.
Oh no, that's just, I don't know, Dagon time.
Meow.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. Top lane still getting sieged up, and Hunter, he's just been playing like an AFK farm game here in the bottom lane. And I must say, Hunter, I'm actually disappointed in the amount of CS you have with the amount of space you've had this game.
Oh, that's
I
a little bit of
just
shade
expected
coming
more.
in. They are reacting.
It is a little bit
though.
of
It
shade.
looks like Fury is being chased down by Get Over here, but Monkey King, he's going ham, trying to mess up everybody else, and he's just standing around. Perfect Bird, he can't get in. Look at these hits just coming in. Brutal Plays is literally almost dead. Has to jump out of here, and right now he's going to be locked down. They're going to try and force him out. Doesn't have the support of his teammate. Yes, he does. Cloud comes in. One shot. The poor flying vengeful spirits who just got popped with a Dagon. Dagon, that thing is just melting through these low HP heroes.
The Dagon is not an item we see often in competitive Dota, but the perks of a Dagon is if you get it fast enough, like he's sitting at a level 3 Dagon, level 14, like just way ahead of people. It actually just does a lot. It really does.
He's got enough of a head start that is so effective. It takes away so much HP, and on that hero as well. Once you've got the ability to Dagon Dota, the Dagon is a high damage targetable attack item that can be leveled to level 5 and does more damage per level, maxing at 800 damage. Look at that, just drops. Brutal Plays again, and Cloud just absolutely ruining some people's games today, because that's not a nice way to die. You do not want to just literally try and be warding and just be popped by a Dagon. So things not working out for Divine against the Dagon. Cloud just exploiting his level ability, and they're just putting pressure on everywhere. I mean, they've pushed top, they're going to put pressure on middle. Rock Lee going to drop down Desire up top as well. And it's 22-4. We missed 420. I'm very disappointed we missed 420, but it's 422 and 18k net worth ahead for XD as they just get things done.
Yeah, this game it's looking convincing. 18k net worth, 16 minutes into the game. That's like more than a k a minute in net worth lead. It's actually crazy.
No, it's
Sees
not.
this kind of stuff happen now.
Oh, look at
Oh.
that. The Dagon comes down. Look at Axe. He's all the way down. Going to get ruptured up. And he can't go anywhere. Going to die to Cloud again. And what is Cloud's score right now? He's just going absolutely ham. He's 8 for 0.
Okay, so G-Max, come I teach you a cool trick on Bloodseeker here, okay? So we know his Q amplifies damage, right? So you put it on yourself, you get 40% extra.
Is Blood
extra
Rage
DPS.
amplifies damage?
Blood Rage, sorry.
Yes.
Blood
Not
Rage.
everyone knows
And you
what
put
Q is. Some
another
of us
stack
still
of
click
Blood
the
Rage
things.
onto the enemy you want to dig on, and it's
It
amplified by
amplifies it.
80%.
Oh,
It's a double
that is
amplification.
disgusting. So basically, he just is hitting like a fire truck just from range, doing 600 damage a pop, amplified up by what is the 25%? Is it 25%? I don't know.
40%.
40%. Do the maths for me. thank you.
Maths.
No, that's
So,
mad.
and you also bought a Kaya now as well, so that's extra spell amplification on top of all this kind of jazz.
That's actually a new item. So, disgusting. Hunter picks up the kill as they're just going absolutely ham out middle. Ultimates being dropped. The silence coming in from Bloodseeker. Everybody silenced up here. Morphling trying to get out. He's switched out to a lot of strength, and unfortunately for Divine, they're not able to get out of their high ground. They're just losing on net worth and experience by the second. The longer they're sort of trapped in this base, that onslaught of XD just coming in just prevents them from doing anything. XD pushing objectives, getting more things done. Godlike getting 9 kills without dying. Something.
So who's your money on, guys? Who's gonna get the first godlike streak? Mr. Cloud or Mr. Rockley?
I think it's going to be Cloud, but Rockley might be the one to pick it up. So I don't feel like I've guessed.
I'm putting my
that
dash on
well.
Cloud as well, boys.
Cloud, okay, Cloud. So then I have to go Rockley. Then I'm a Rockley. We can't agree on things. That doesn't make the game fun. So everybody.
Sorry, I thought Beetle was gonna chip in with these 2 cents, but you know,
I'm
he needs-
going to say Bloodseeker. I
Yeah.
mean, based
Oh,
on
yeah.
performance so far.
because we make
It's-
educated guesses, Beetle.
Yeah.
That's why. And now, nice call coming out from Perfect with Purdy. Is it enough though? Can they make some plays happen? They try.
They're
No,
trying.
he's still
Looks like
standing.
Rockley
Oh.
gonna pick up
It's not.
the Godlike.
The Monkey
come on.
King.
G-Max with the predictions. This is why I do what I do, guys. You can
Hey.
keep me here all day long. It looks like Fury's going to just carry on going. Morphling trying to get out is ruptured up. Has to try and get out of there. Does manage to get some position. Abyss down low. Cloud down low. Everybody standing in the battlefield here, trying to just get this tower done. And running back in there, he's amplified that Vengeful Spirit, trying to melt him down with the Dagon. Doesn't quite get the kill, but I mean, he's lost more than half his health. If that was combined up with Necro's Reaper Scythe, that would be an instant kill for poor old Vengeful Spirit. So you can literally melt one hero in 1 second. That's what that lets you do. That's mad. Mad.
They did it earlier. Alchemist was
Yeah,
at
I saw
full
it.
health, like maximum HP. It's actually crazy the amount of damage it does. You know, new meta getting set right here by these boys.
Oh, it looks like Fury might die here, but he is against, 5 heroes, and he's himself, and he's Jakiro, so losing one hero there. They're still up 23k, backing out. Probably going to go and have a little sniffling towards Roshan. They are in the position that they can maybe go and look at doing something there. They have taken 1 tower. They might want to push Rax down bottom, but they've got a lot of Divine players in that position right now, so have to wait and see what they do. Looks like they're just going to resort to going back and farming up, getting a little bit of extra moolah in the bank. That can't harm you at all. What are the next items that we're looking for in these heroes? I mean, what are the big items that they're kind of aiming for? I mean, I see Necro, he's just got his Radiance. He just runs around with that. He's completely chilled. And it doesn't feel like, Bloodseeker leads a lot more if they continue at this pace. Of course, if they let the game get on too far, then Dagon falls off as a spell or an item, right? And you need to start building for something else. But with such a lead ahead, it feels like XD just kind of can play it a little bit risky. Looks like Abyss going to get spotted out warding. He's going to be called in by Axe and most certainly go to die. Terabyte coming in with the stun from Oak, and Abyss definitely going to die down top. But there is the counter push coming out top from the rest of his team. The space was made, so they're going to try and push out on top lane. Doesn't look like they need to do it though. They're going to back it out. This game is just
Looks like a
chilled. Game is chilled. It was so
Monkey
fast, and then it's
Shop
just
is-
gone slow.
Buggy King just finished off a Diffusal Blade. It looks like, and you commented on this Bloodseeker's, sort of Dagon build, but this build still has a long way to go. He can buy an Ethereal Blade to just amp up that sort of beef. He can go Octarine to make the cooldown less on both all these skills. I mean, this magic damage build can still go a long way.
Yes, they have ventured into Roshan land. My favorite place of the Dota 2 map where all the action and stuff happens. It looks like they've sniffed this out. It looks like Divine is going to contest this. A big fight going down in Roshan land. We couldn't have asked for anything better. Looks like Cloud has dropped down one. Rock Lee and Hansa just going ham. It's a complete wipe coming out from XD as Divine just melts down. Axe the last man to 4. Hansa with the triple kill. Don't come to Roshan land if you don't have a plan. And now there should most certainly be one level of racks at least, right? Actually they've got low cooldowns. They'll be back. I think they should try and get one.
Rax is gonna fall here. But the thing I want to comment on is that is actually like a perfect sort of fight for Divine Esports. They get the 3-man Axe call and then 3-man Winter Wyvern ulti. The only thing was they did it at the same time, so both of them just became redundant after that, which is kind of sad. We could have maybe seen some nice snipes coming out there.
It nullified itself, unfortunately, like you said. I'm glad that you picked up on that analytical part, because for me it was just a mush of explosions and skills, and this is why I rely on
You're a CSGO guy.
So what? I don't even know what that is. Right now they're pushing up top. Cloud just pops down the Winter Wyvern right now. And it looks like Axe is jumping right in, but he is melting faster than a piece of hot butter on a bonnet. And Hansa just trying to get things done. Look at poor old Brutal plays. He's down low. They're running beyond the racks. Cloud just going to use his Dagon to finish things off. And poor Get over here is going to be the last to fall from that little engagement. GG, well played. Being called up. I think that was time. They were running beyond the racks and hunting down. 32k net worth. XD played so well. Let's go back to our panel and see what my beautiful co-cast, or my host and hat consultants have to say. And I think we get a new hat. I think that's the most exciting part. Every time we go back, we get a new hat.
You got a new hat.
Because she has so many hats. Don't
There's
even
a new
ask.
hat.
Don't even ask.
So, thanks very much, G-Max and Camille, again for taking us through Game 2. A quick one, 22 minutes, 55 seconds. XD winning that series 2-0, so we're not going to get a Game 3. A convincing win, I think you could say. Talk us through it. What happened for Divine? Where did they go wrong?
I think that Divine ultimately in the beginning of the game picked up a lineup that just didn't favor playing against a team like XD, who abuses the laning stage, especially in stage 1 where they lost it like that. They put a lot of reliance on, I think, that Alchemist coming online, as well as Morphling actually doing a little bit more than what he did. And unfortunately, Morph got shut down hard by Bloodseeker middle, and Alchemist just got shut down hard by the pressure coming in from the tri-lane down bottom. Forced Ulk to go back up top, obviously against like the Monkey King, who he's not favored against, and Rockley was having a good game there. So I think that unfortunately they just couldn't keep up with the speed, and there was just constant pressure being put on from XD, which allowed for, them to just steamroll their way ahead. They didn't have any difficult plays. Bloodseeker had such a level up advantage that he could afford, picking up a big, strong, cheeky little Dagon that he could just melt through 1 or 2 heroes every engagement, which, puts you in a 3 or 4v5. It's just unfortunate that they lost that laning stage so hard because they just didn't have any time to come online. Camille? You?
So this is, it's going to sound like shade initially, but this isn't shade. I think that these Divine Esport people just need to simply get better at Dota. I mean, it's not a form of shade.
It's not shade.
Let me finish.
But just get good, mate.
It's not shade, but prepare yourself for shade.
Let me finish, guys. Let me finish. Give me a chance.
I'm going to find some...
Give me a chance, okay? Rockley versus these guys, they last year at Rage, these guys got knocked, not at Rage, but during the DGR leg, they got knocked in 8 minutes by the old Bravado team. I mean, this is kind of stuff. It happens in Dota, but you don't give up. You keep on trying. Yes, you played against a better team today. Watch these replays. Look at what you did wrong. Look at it. Listen to what our casters had to say.
While you talk, I'll just eat some salt for you on the stream. So we got some salt.
Keep on playing, man. I don't know how you guys view that as shade, right?
Eat the salt.
After my explanation, it's not.
No, I
shade.
mean, there's nothing wrong with saying you simply got outclassed. You got outplayed and outclassed, and I mean sometimes that just is the case. But as long as you're taking lessons away from your game, you're getting something out of it, you know. And I think the lesson they can take out of that game is if they can see that they're not going to get good farm, and if they can see that they're going to get shut down, like that Morphling who was third lowest on the net worth chart. You shouldn't be picking farm-heavy heroes. You should be picking heroes that are ready to fight, aggressive in lane, and are able to shut down the enemy heroes. And that's the biggest lesson they could probably take away from that game. So, I mean, they had a strategy, it didn't pay off. Maybe next time.
Yeah, and if you just look at the difference in drafts, right? I'm sure maybe this Divine Esports, they have like a really kinky plan with the sort of, the Morphling Alchemist sort of way to play the game, even Morphling with the axe once he gets the talent to make like his ultimate with an axe. But like if you look at the difference in XT's draft, they just picked like 3 heroes that just, I mean, all the heroes are pretty straightforward heroes. Kiro pushes down towers, Bloodseeker hit things, Necrolite ultis things, and Monkey King hits things. It's just like simple way to go, you know?
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I think we're going to leave it there. One more thing, Shiny ZA, are you going to change your vote?
So I want to comment on something. Actually, I want to comment on 3 things. Well, the one thing is part 2 things. So part A is, can we discuss that the XD courier was Ramnort from the Underworld, who is a ram and is super cute and adorable.